This handout, it will show you how to measure your illustration board. So I'm going to keep one and pass them around. Everybody keep one of these. It has the measurements, just pass them all the way around. Basically, you're dividing your 15 by 20 illustration board into 4 equal columns that are 5 inches across. Okay. And I'm going to use my nice metal ruler to do this. So every 5 inches, 5, 10, 15, 20. Down here, same thing, 5, 10, 15, 20. You also want to measure down. Normally I do this with it flipped over. I'm afraid it might get dirty the way it already is, so I'm going to do it this way just so it's clearer and easier for you to read. If I flip it over, it'll be tougher to see the lines, but with the whiteboard it'll be like this. So let me just do it this way. So I'm measuring, this is going to be the actual size of your final piece. It's going to be 5 inches by 15 inches. I hate mechanical pencils. I press down too hard is my problem. All right, now you also see there are measurements for the windows. Yeah, give me a non-mechanical. I can't stand these things. That's like, or a pen. Yeah, actually a pen probably is better because I don't care if there's ink on it. Grab my pen. There's a pen of mine right there on the table. Ballpoint pen, silver one. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No, I should have caught that. Okay. Actually, yeah, you guys will be able to see this a little clearer probably. Okay. Yeah, it's better. It's more like it. Okay. Now, you'll also notice the measurements here. Okay. It says 1.5 inches. Okay. Zoom in. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, that's top and bottom, okay? And then 2 inches and 2 inches on either side, okay? What that will give you is a window, like the hand-cut ones I made for you guys, that is exactly 1 inch wide, 12 inches long, and that's where your swatches are gonna go, okay? These two are the back. It's going to basically be like a little book. I'm going to show you how to attach the swatches to the back, and then it's going to open up. This is going to be the back part. You're going to fold it closed like a book, so I can't see the back of your swatches because it just looks kind of messy and nobody cares. But it also allows me to open that book and I can write all my notes about where you still have jumps, where things are too similar, where the swatch quality is this or that, but I can write detailed, like I'm not just going to give it back to you and say B. I'm going to tell you why. So everyone needs to have it in that book format, and I'll show you how to do that too. Okay, so in order to do that, and again, you should probably do this on the reverse, but it's easier to see this way. So 1.5 inches down on the top and from the top and the bottom. Okay. Same thing here. Try to do this when you're doing it on a clean surface. Okay. Just so you don't get like smudgy stuff on the surface of your board. Now again, I'm leaving these two blank. Even though you only need to do one, I recommend that you cut 2. Why? Because one will probably be better than the other. Usually it's the second one, because the first one you haven't done it before and it probably won't cut as well as you like it to. The second one will probably be better. Sometimes students have beginner's luck and the first window is the best one. So whatever one looks best to you, is straightest, looks cleanest cut, that's the one that I want you to use. So, 1.5 inches, now it's 2 inches in, 2 inches in. So that's boom, boom, and I only need to do it again here. Boom, boom. Same thing on the bottom, 2 inches in. Boom, boom, and boom. Boom, boom. So this is going to be the window you're going to cut out. This and this. I made sure, or I will make sure, before I do anything, that my blade is brand new. So I take my blade, snap it off. Now I have a sharp blade. This should get me through this assignment. Okay, put it back in the little disposer guy. I stand up when I do this. Why? It just gives me more leverage. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tape it down. Now again, I want to remind everybody, I'm doing it in pen so that you can see it clearly from where you're standing, and frankly it shows up better on the video later. I want you to do it this way because you're going to be drawing on the back and I don't want to see those lines on the front. Do it on the back, it's the same thing, but it's just easier to see now. So I don't want you guys turning in your grayscales with like these big pen lines or pencil lines drawn on them, just to have that on the back. It'll work just as well. Just make sure your surface isn't as filthy as the ones in these classrooms and you'll probably be okay. And I will tape it down. Now if I tape it down on the front, when I remove the tape, unless I'm super careful, I might actually tear the surface of the board. On the back, I don't care. If you tear the back of the board, nobody cares, because no one's going to see it except me. And when they go up in the display cases downstairs, everyone will go, ooh, ah, those are amazing. How come the other 2D design classes have shitty grayscales and Cole's class is great? Not because the students are awesome, which we know is true. Okay. Anyway, so I tape it down, all right? I will also, for the long cuts, I'm going to tape down the ruler because I don't want it to slide, like when I'm putting pressure on. So I will do this also. You want to use masking tape, not Scotch tape. I just use painter's blue tape, but any masking tape will be fine. And I'm not trying to make it, I'm not trying to glue it to the surface. I just don't want it to move around when I'm cutting. Okay. The blade is brand new, so the first cuts will probably go through pretty cleanly. This is not Bristol. Okay, this is thick. So you really do need to cut through it. You may need to go over it one or more times in order for it to cut all the way through. Be patient. So I'm going to start. I know this is hard to see. So I'm going to start, he said, putting the camera down, like right on the corner, okay? Same rules, even though I've taped it down, spread your fingers as far as they will go, keep them away from the edge, and just start here and cut just nice and patiently. You will be able to feel it when the blade goes all the way through, and then stop at the bottom. I'm going to do it again just to be safe. Let's see if I can feel the table. Not quite. I want to make sure I can feel the table. And again, this is one of those things where I'm showing you how to do it, but you have to feel it. Once I can cut like this, I know I've cut all the way through the board. Okay. All right. And then I just pick it up with the tape, move it over here. The short sides are so short, just 1 inch, you probably don't need to do the taping thing. It's just a shortcut. And again, I'm starting right where the lines cross, and I'm stopping where they cross down here. One more time, I can feel the table through this. Good. Okay. Now I'll just pick this up, do these sides very quickly. Again, start in the corner. This one's a little trickier because it's so short. Just be careful. Don't go like whoop, and like slice the whole board in half. But the board is thick enough that it will put up some resistance. There we go. Be patient. Because this is something that if you wreck a swatch, you can paint over it. If you're drawing your figure ground assignments and you make the circle wrong, you can alter the size. If you screw this up when you're cutting it, it's over. Okay. How we doing? Okay. There we go. Bunk. Now, it left a little bit of an edge here because I didn't get it all the way quite through, and I'll show you how to fix that. But first I'm going to cut the whole thing out because I want to show you how to attach the swatches. Oop, that's not good. But no harm, no foul. I went off the edge, but this is just going to be the back, so it doesn't matter. No one's going to notice. Again, except me, but I don't care. Okay, there. All right. Done, done, done. There we go. Okay, come on there. Now, like I said, you notice I didn't get this all the way through. I missed a little bit on the edge. Not a problem, okay? I just can peel off some of the excess here and just scrape it, okay, with the blade. Just like, I'm not cutting it, I'm just kind of scraping off the extra. And this little part here, I'm just going to cut that off. Nice. I gotta get closer. I'm really just going to saw it off, just that little piece. There, came right off. Okay, yay. Just scrape the extra off. You're good to go. Okay, so there's your window. All right. Now, how do I attach the swatches? I actually need some. Bye, can I use yours? I'm using your hat, I'm using your swatches. What a jerk. Okay, let me. Just going to pick a few just to show you how to do this. Okay. Now, on this inner side, you're going to measure again, and this is important because if